Hello. What I have discovered about this lock is really amazing. This is a Masterlock 150. I've already demonstrated, opening it before, but I had just this lock with me, and this one. I didn't want to open that one without a video, but I will attach a still picture of all of the picks that I opened this lock with. I don't know if I can get them all out in here, really. And some of the ones that are left in here I didn't use just because they're redundancy, but the city rate would have worked. Any of the waveforms would have worked. I even got a postal hook up in this thing and opened it. I'll try to demonstrate some of these different picks that worked on this lock. The Prince and the Princess, usually one, because it seems to be the back set pin is the highest one. I figured whichever the one opposite one was wouldn't work, but amazingly it worked. I mean, almost. Lock Noob did one, or it was the Lock Picking Lawyer. One of those two did a video of a lock that they had that wouldn't open it. I mean, even a tension wrench would open it. I don't know. It was pretty funny, an enjoyable one. So what I'm going to try to do is show you how many of these will open up this one guy. We're not going to put him in a vise, and I can't talk too long because I've already wasted 2 minutes with the preamble. We can use a stupid little Chinese Z wrench or whatever. It's not the best in the world. I was using something else. I think I was just using a standard twisted wide tension wrench. This one is not twisted. It's like extra wide. That one's not twisted. You're getting B- for preparation. Preparation H. Alright. Put this up. Up here on top is Ace. They get to look down as King of the Hill. I've yet to open them up. Alright, so we start off with the flame pick. This is like a handmade pick that I made. I just put it in there and I'm jiggling around and I'm hoping for one of those, an opening. Alright, that's pretty much how fast it'll go with all of these. So, someone else was having a conversation and talking to another buddy of mine. And so out of boredom, when I would open up one lock, I wasn't engaged in the conversation. I was just being nice and listening. So, out of boredom, I would sit here and say, okay, I've got all these picks with me. Why don't I see how many, I can open this lock with? And I wouldn't give up on a design like City Rake, I thought maybe it doesn't fit. No, if it opened it, all right, this one's been discarded. Every City Rake should work, so in order of expediency, I'll try to cut down on the things that wouldn't work, that would work. But I'll get as many as I can in here. We've only gone 3 minutes. So snowman, usually like for automobile things and stuff, you wouldn't think that if you force it in there and you wiggle it around just right. I was going to give up on this one also when I was doing it, but bam, that's kind of funny. Alright, so that's 3 different picks, and I'm not trying to speed pick or anything, but a hook. I just pulled everything out of my kit, and I went to work on it. And if I got an opening, I'd lock it. I'd make sure it's still locked, that it's not a false thing, because some locks will do that. And then I just methodically went through, and even Mad Bob, who had been bent and everything, he got pulled out of retirement and got involved. Everybody, Bogota, everybody got in on the act. It's kind of like one of those fidget spinners, but I think this is much more entertaining because I'm not just spinning something in a circle. I'm learning something. Here's like one of the, I will never use one of those deep hooks, postal hooks. Yeah, you could. If you can jam it up in there, and that's all you got, you can get it to work. Now some of these it may be me doing something stupid, but no. See, now it's even hard to pull that sucker out of there. Bam, another one. And another one. So I want to demonstrate this is the one I thought would work. out of the Prince and Princess. It is locked. It's not a trick lock. This one I thought would work because the high points back there seems to be what sets this off. And the way the Prince and Princess works is usually one will work and not the other, or one will set it enough that you maintain tension and you don't release it, but the other one is also needed. That's why they're like Prince and Princess. They're like a team. A lot of times, if your whole purpose is just to open it, you've already opened it. Alright, so this one shouldn't work. It's going to do the opposite. It's going to set high when it should set low, and set low when it should set high. And it shouldn't work on this, because this is a Masterlock, and it's a 150, and it's got all that security, and wow. We're already at 6 minutes, but I'm just going to keep going. I'm not speeding up just to show off. This is what I did, I just took everything I had in my kit, and I just went at it. And I wasn't, like in any hurry. I was just like being scientific with it, not trying to run any race, not speed picking, just being methodical. How many of the picks that you got on you, if you just randomly pulled some pick out of your pocket, or pickpocket, if you pulled your pick out of your kit, and this is all you had, like you found it on the floor, and you made your own tension wrench. You had to get out of jail, and they had you locked in with a Masterlock 150. Al-Qaeda trapped you, and, you had to save the world. And they only gave you, they weren't even trying to give you this pick. Now, that's how the city rake works. I'll set you aside. I want to demonstrate weird shit. Alright, so, we already know that the zipping technique works, and we already know all this other stuff works. What about raking? I think I demonstrated how easy this one is on raking, so that weird waveform you thought you'd never use or whatever. That's also the pattern of a Peterson's C7, which I didn't have on me, out of their tool organizing hook. You can even try single pin picking on this thing. I mean, really, it'll open with, and I haven't even discussed all the other vulnerabilities that this lock design has, no matter what the bidding is. I didn't even try any of that, but single pin picked him. So we'll just continue. I don't care if it takes 2 decades to upload it. When I reach 10 minutes, I'll stop, because I know that will take 2 decades, but it is locked. Doesn't turn. We'll go back up in there. We'll monkey fist our way in here. See, this is why I get in trouble with thinking I know so much about lock, because you get an easy lock, and you think, well, you know what? I could be a locksmith. No, you just haven't run into an ace or something like that. Your nemesis. They're out there. But some of these locks, even though they're expensive and everything, they're easy locks to open. They look good. I even tried this. It's like a minimal ball thing, When will I ever use that? A reach tool, medical lock, or side sliders. Well, you could use it on a Masterlock 150. Alright, so we got the Southward Bogota. We already know Bogota works pretty well. You can do the rocking, or you can do the zipping. I don't know, the rocking seems to work well if you get it right. This should have been an easy one, and we're already at 8 minutes. I'll set you aside if I have to. Some of the, I did open every one of them with this. I'm going to set you aside, and we're going to pull this little hook-like guy. This is also like in the Reflections set from Sparrows. It's that single Bogota thing, or whatever in the pagoda. See? Pam. Oh, he dropped the tension tool. Personal foul. Alright, this DeForest ball type of thing, I wasn't trying too many different techniques. Just whatever I can put in there and get it to work with, I'd count it as an opening, and I'd just drop it. And I'd say, okay, next, And I'm not trying to go super fast. The extended snake, and both versions of snakes, they go in there and they're like magic, just like the flame pick was, bam. You think you're Harry Houdini and you can get out of anything. Handcuff me. suspend me from a pit of tigers, and I'll get out of this, Alright, we're down to just a few more. I could keep on. I've got more picks in there and just basically ran out of time. We're at 10 minutes, but I don't care. Having fun with this. I also got a Klom electric pick gun from UK Bump Keys. They sent it to America. I mean, it probably comes like this from China, but it's the European dual prong type of thing. I can get an adapter, but I worked in electronics and stuff before. I was the type like, if I isolate the two poles and get a jumper cable, I could get it to, work on my own. All right. One more. Bear with me. Not that kind of bear. Not that kind of bear. All right. It's just a city rake. It should work. You just got to know what you're doing. Make me go to 11 minutes. You did, but hey, bingo. All those picks were killed off. All those picks got this Masterlock 150 and scattered them in battle. But there you go. It's going to take several decades. So when you're like 80 years old, you'll be able to watch this film. And you'll see, hey, he did that with that. Yeah, it's just the lock. They're not. I could not do the same with any one of those. Couldn't even open one of them. Even with an electric pick gun, I tried it on that big top one up there. So, hope everybody's having a good time. Enjoy your days off. I don't work for Sparrows. I don't work for Brinks. I'm glad I don't work for Masterlock, so they changed their security. I don't know what they did with that one.